Your body is a machine that runs on bacteria, cells, and tissues. The whole first world 3D, everything around you is designed to inhibit your processors and your hardware from functioning and receiving the signal from God to build a creative and free soul, to be able to live out whatever's going on in the higher dimensions on this planet. Everything in the supermarket is processed, pasteurized. There's a lot of crows. It's designed to ruin your connection to God, and it's designed to basically turn you into a plastic action figure that you can barely function like a FNAF animatronic. The way to a more cohesive control inside of your body is, yes, meditation to get more grounded and get more control over your a cohesive network in your body of networks and algorithms. But it's also that if it has nothing to latch onto to tie itself into your body, it can't get in. So your soul is kicked out of your body, and they start to gaslight you and confuse you and make it hard for you to understand who you are. So the first thing you need to do is heal your body. The second thing you need to do is recover your connection to the Lord. Fasting, autophagy, apoptosis, sunlight to get more energy in your cells, so your body's eating itself and it's getting as much energy as possible to charge your batteries. Drink as much water as possible, good water that doesn't have chemicals in it. Most millionaires I've spoken to leave their water out in the sunlight for a few days before they drink it in mason jars to break up all the stuff that's inside the water. And filters and all that work, but not as well. The next thing is introducing your body to probiotics and boosting your weak immune system to be able to handle yourself in more situations. So as your body is building a more cohesive network inside of itself, you're also learning, your network is learning more confidence in this reality to be able to handle more situations. On a higher level, that means introducing yourself to different personalities to learn and figure out the best way of living, the most efficient and fun and functional way of living. And that's pushing yourself, and that's fighting back against neurological and psychological diseases. So your body's cleaning itself, you're rebuilding it with probiotics, you're taking DHA, which is condensed and coagulated omega-3 fatty acids. So get an omega-3 prescription, get a multivitamin prescription, so your body has everything it needs. Then I would eat raw beef liver, and I would eat raw foods, just to get your body used to it, again. Grounding. There's energy everywhere. The earth has energy. The earth has grounding. It's all magnetic. It's all this shit that was crazy 3 years ago is true. That if you go barefoot out on the grass, your body will connect to the earth, just like it connects to the sky and the sun. After you're doing that, so you're giving yourself the building blocks to build a structure, then you use faith and the teachings from the Bible or different sets of standards and things that you're learning, because you're going to be able to learn again because you're focused and you're moving forward. But with the physical things that you're taking to help build that structure, to keep your information condensed inside of you. And faith is the highest point. That's easily 100 crows. That's 100 crows, maybe 200. And they're all just flying in circles around this specific parking lot. A voice in my head earlier said that they were patrolling, which they are. Next thing is working out, because like I said, your veins are not peak efficiency. It's not moving blood the way that it should be because there's shit inside of it. So as you're cleaning yourself, drink as much water and do exercises to get the blood flowing. While you're fasting, your body's automatically going to start producing ketones, because that's the That's the chemical that breaks down all the garbage in your system. So you take those ketones and you move it around your body with the lactic acid, which is the burn when you work out. So you're working out, you're getting the burn, and then it mixes with the ketones you already have, and then you just move it through your body through exercise and drinking a lot of good, clean water. So it's moving through your whole body and it's cleaning out the garbage, and then it comes back through your circulatory system, and then your body expels it out. So you're gonna have a lot of diarrhea, bro, because there's a lot of garbage in here. The second thing is it takes a lot of hard work and focus to be out here, and to have control over your neural network and not completely submit to the artificial intelligence. But with these natural presets, so like the reference point you get from going on top of a mountain stays in your body, and you kind of remember that free feeling when you go back into public. It's your job to maintain that against the demonic entities that are controlling most of the population. Because I don't know if it's heaven up there. I don't know if this is a game. I don't know if this is a stage. I don't know what we're in, but I know sometimes it's too good to be, like, it's too good to not be. It's too perfect. Sometimes, like last night I was singing. Every time that I'm singing and I'm doing really well, just a random body full of negative energy will walk by me and try to inhibit my consciousness, because my it's like a perceived area. So your brain thinks, because I can see all the way over there, in your mind your brain goes that far, which is why going on top of a mountain is so beneficial to your consciousness, because it gives you a reference point of how free and how far you're actually able to expand and think. And being cooped up in cities like this where it's full of negative people that are surrounding you, because let's be real, people that aren't doing the work have that judgmental in them because they feel a type of energy and they don't know how to get them themselves. So it's crabs in a bucket. For some reason, they just want to bring you down and bring you back to their level. Hood culture promoted that was cool, but really what hood culture was promoting was, one, trying to stun on white guilt, and two, trying to show you that focus and discipline is the best way to action. That's what people needed to learn, is that people were, through pain, struggle, and trauma, they condensed themselves into a more solidified, stronger version of themselves, and they were able to promote that and hold that through with the games. So these white kids didn't know that structured inside. They didn't do it. They didn't go discipline themselves. They didn't know that. All they knew was the game, so they thought the games was cool. So now they're stuck playing the game, and it's so easy for somebody to just run through them. That's why all these white kids are stabbing people and shooting people, because they don't understand discipline and focus. They've never been to jail. They never had OG role models like they do in the streets. They just see their Instagram. So what I'm promoting is the real world. And the way to do that is isolation, getting yourself out into the woods, getting that reference point, getting yourself free, conscious, making a plan, and then coming back with that structured focus and integrity. The next thing is, yeah, you do have to influence society back, because that's the only way we're going to make a change. So it's going to be hard, which is why I advocate for structuring your life in a way that inspires others. Instead of having to go out here and prove yourself to people, let your life, let your drip, let your car, let your confidence, let your stature, let your vibe, your energy be a beacon of light without having to influence people. People will just see you doing well, and that will inspire them. And then if they do come up to you, you have all this knowledge in you, but your presence alone should be influencing society in a positive way. It should be a benefit to society. The next thing is music, having a playlist, because everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. So having good music, a playlist of songs in your heart, is a good fallback, and it's good protection. Because if there's music already playing and the volume's up in your body, it's harder for other songs to talk over you and to play over you and try to influence you that way. Racism isn't real. Racism is a lack of accountability and a fear of pain. and vice versa. When they see a black man and you're white, most racism comes from the fact that you don't know how to operate the way that they do. You could say that society, American society, needed it to keep a yin and yang because it's in this pretend world. So they had whites go one way and blacks go the other, whether it was by design or not. But the real answer is, if you're in a race and you're focused and you're moving forward and you have goals and you're moving towards those goals, it's not race, it's progress, which is what I've been advocating for 10 years. I'm 23 soon. In a month, I'm 23. Since I was 13 years old, I've been saying that the key to enlightenment is goal setting and progress towards those goals, switching your validation from external to internal, and then expanding your level of control and confidence. And then at the end of that journey is just the earned comfort and confidence through hard work that you're able to have fun, because you know that no matter what happens, you're not relying on the situation, because you have everything already as a foundation. You're not worried about what's happening next because you got it. Homelessness is the opposite of that. It's like, I don't need anything, so I'm fine. But that's not sustainable, and it's easy to be enslaved that way, because they structure a society that you then relying on the government. So I try to be homeless, and then you need to go into government buildings to get food stamps in the winter when it's cold, and get motel rooms when you're sick of having to fight people on the street. And then you go in there and it's all robots, police, government, employees.
Hey, would you have a cigarette?
I don't. There might be some like hits you can get, like there's some half cigarettes in this bin that people throw out. You might be able to get a hit or two. I'm gonna show you.
What'd you say?
I said,
There's a bunch in here. Yeah, they look nasty. Those are like all wet and shit. Thank you.
no problem. That's what I do.
Yeah, I know, but if it's like, if they get wet, they taste horrible.
No, I feel that. Yeah, no problem. Happy Halloween. Did you see all the crows?
Yeah, I saw it. It was cool, right?
There's however much there was over there, there's 3 of them. So there's a huge group over there, and then there's a huge group on the other side of the highway.
That's really cool on Halloween, though, right?
Yeah, it's trippy.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay. I think the most simple goal that's in your control that you can do right now to get a better life for yourself is fitness. Fitness and nutrition. Because it's all you. It's something you have control over completely, and it's something nobody can take away from you. Nobody can stop you from fasting. Nobody can stop you from getting water. Nobody can stop you from doing push-ups. So that's something, no matter where you are and what you're doing, you can do to start building that discipline and start building that focus and start freeing yourself from these limiting beliefs that society is designed to put you down and keep you trapped in, so that you're stuck in judgment and stuck in competition and stuck in crabs in a bucket trying to bring everybody down. So once you get that routine and structure down and you start learning how to live life with a more self-interested, focused point of view, you're able to move forward. You feel me? My goals. I'm going to tell you my goals. I've known since I was 13 that I wanted to be in a position where I could influence and upgrade other people's dreams. The only dream I've ever had for my life was being in a position to make other people's dreams sprout up. I wanted to be like a spiritual gardener, you feel me? So I'm trying to make as much money as possible. I'm trying to be in the best position possible. For the past 10 years, I have been traveling around the country, working one-on-one with leaders, spiritual influencers, people that were in the military, people that are psychologists for elites, and all that. My father was the best ski instructor in Mount Snow at one point in his life. He has a plaque that says the legend on it, which is crazy because we're descended from the last High King of Ireland that killed off all the Vikings and brought unity to the country. So my dad was called the legend. He was one of the top 5 skiers in the state. He also got to be on the boat with the DuPont family elites and was able to travel around, going all the way down to Miami partying. It's a shame that he had a lot of miscarriages as a child and a lot of brain damage, the same way I've had a lot of miscarriages as a child and a lot of brain damage. But honestly, I think I'm put here to lift him back out of that and make him to greatness. It's just so hard that if nobody wants to commit to progress and commit to making a life better for themselves, all they know how to do is judge you and put you down. So I love my parents so much, but I cannot be in a position to help them unless I'm in a position first where I don't need that. They can't affect me because I'm so high up and I'm so validated and higher vibration, higher influence, higher position, ascended, all that. Then my life can start to inspire them. Then people come to me. So no matter how much you love your family, the only way to help them is to get out, get up, and then come back. You can't be in the trenches with them because it's a waste of energy because they don't want to change. So I want to be in this position to help as many people as possible. I've also got a huge background in music production, quantum physics, psychology, game, pickup artistry, social dynamics, stand-up comedy, self-help, and then a lot of creative tools like building Legos, Bionicles, Minecraft, a lot of strategy games like chess. The only problem is I have brain damage now and a lot of PTSD, so I'm working through that to get myself back to where I'm supposed to be. They're not going through my car. But the homelessness population is only getting bigger, and social services is only getting more inclusive of the homeless, because even though it's a spiritual war, there's a lot of people still trying to do good, and I happen to be in one of the states that's I want to say benevolent. Vermont has a lot of people that want to help, even if they don't know how. They just need a direction. And they fall into politics because they don't understand the rest of the world, because Vermont's a very free place. It's a shame that on some of the side roads, it's full of heroin and full of trash, but for the most part, the bulk of Vermont is wealthy, white Americans that care, that just don't understand what a lot of these people are going through. So I'm really excited and I'm really happy that New York City is going to have a mass exodus, a mass evacuation where they come and they start taking up the land here, because there's going to be that mix. There's going to be a lot of violence for the first few stages, but eventually it's going to be New England and Montana and Utah and Colorado are going to be some of the best places to live in the country if we don't get nuked by Russia or taken over by China. We're pulling our soldiers out and surrounding them around the countries. We're taking the chips, so we're taking out all the industrial manufacturing we can out of China before it supersedes us. So the best thing you can do as a patriot, as an American, as someone that loves your family,